1045 The Team and 1045theteam.com. The Paddock Pass coming back after a brief hiatus and now joined for Kentucky Derby Week is TVG Simon Bray joining us to talk all things Derby and then obviously some weather issues, Simon. There's talks of rain maybe Saturday and Friday as well. Will that affect at all, do you think, the track and how these races will be run?
Well, I'm in Kentucky right now, Brian, and the weather, there's rain scheduled to come in, but we don't know how consistent it's going to be. It might be showers. It might be a little hit and miss. So I think it's a little tough to predict how the track's going to be. Say we get a 2-hour rain shower on Saturday between 12 and 2. I don't think come post time at 10 to 7 at night that's going to affect the track too much. So it's something that you just have to keep an eye on and play day to day, I think.
All right, Simon, we have a lot of local connections. Trainer Chad Brown is one. He's got Good Magic, the 2-year-old champion. Drew post 6 in between Audible and Justify. What do you think about the post position for Good Magic?
I think the post is perfect for Good Magic. I really do. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I mean, I went back and looked at the Bluegrass a couple of times. When you watch the race, visually it's not that impressive, but I think he's come out of there and he's improved since. His form cycle this year mimics his 2-year-old year last year. He started off, with 2 runner-up finishes and then progressed, breaking his maiden in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. And I think he's on the same sort of form cycle where his 3rd race off the layoff is looking to be his best. I know the connections are very confident in the way he came out of the Bluegrass and the way he's trained since. So he's peaking at the right time. He, to me, looks like a horse that's been specifically prepped for this day in mind. They weren't eager to get him started in January or February. They had a plan. It looks like they stuck to it, and it's worked out well so far.
Yeah, so we mentioned the 6th post. Just outside of him is Justify, the 3-1 favorite, coming out of post 7. What do you think of Justify's chances? Is he worthy of being a 3-1 favorite?
I think he is. I mean, he's getting the favorites role, because of what he's done and because of who's behind him in trainer Bob Baffert. I think in any other hands, you might be a little more skeptical, but he's in the right hands with Baffert, having not raced as a 2-year-old. He's improved each and every start. He's got the talent. There's no question about that. The thing for him is getting a clean break because he hasn't been in behind horses. If he breaks cleanly and either, sits just off the pace or gets a tracking trip, I think he can get the job done. There's no question about that.
And then we mentioned Mendelssohn. We watched Thunder Snow last year have some issues going from Dubai coming over here. Now, he had some issues getting to Kentucky, having his plane rerouted to Indianapolis and then coming down to Kentucky. What do you think of Mendelssohn's chances at 5-1?
Yeah, I don't think the travel delays will hurt him. He had to go to Indianapolis for a couple of hours. There were some paperwork problems with one of the grooms there, but he settled in well to Churchill. He was out on the track Thursday morning. And if you haven't seen him before, he puts up these antics. He kind of screams and hollers and makes a lot of noise, and he's bouncing all over the place. But that's him. He did it at the Breeders' Cup. I saw him do it in Dubai. Every morning he was out for training, and look what happened in the UAE Derby. And probably behaved well during the races in the afternoon. It's something that he does in the morning. You don't see it much in the afternoon. At least he didn't in Dubai during the paddock, and we had 60,000 people there and lots of festivities under the lights. So he handled that well. The thing for him, again, clean break. Will he break sharp? I mean, European horses tend not to break as sharp as North American horses. I think the bell in the gate has a lot to do with that. It startles them. They don't have it. But he's been here before in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. He's accustomed to that. So he's definitely got the talent. It's just handling the outside post and whether he's going to handle the kickback.
TVG Simon Bray joining us here on the Paddock Pass, 1045 The Team and 1045theteam.com. We got some local owners also going to Kentucky for the Kentucky Derby. Promises fulfilled, the 3 horses owned by Robert Barron. He lives locally in Voorheesville. And then we have My Boy Jack with Don't Tell My Wife Stables as well. Both of them are kind of long shots, Simon. Do you give either of those a chance? I don't know, to win, but maybe hit the board at a big price?
I'll give one of them. Out of the 2 long shots you just mentioned, Promises Fulfilled, I think, will get the lead. I mean, in the early stages, but I don't see him being a factor in the latter stages, whereas My Boy Jack, I think, can. He's got the complete opposite running style where he comes from off the pace. He'll sit back, don't look for him early, he'll be picking up the pieces late, and he's absolutely a type of horse that could gobble up a piece of a superfecta, a super high five, and if he runs a really big race, maybe sneak in for the try. I think he's a horse to look out for down the center of the track, closing late under DeZormo. Keith DeZormo's horse, he had a lot of these types of horses, exaggerate around like this. He trains his horses with that way, slow early, and gets them to finish. So look for him late.
All right, Simon. I'm on Bolt Doro. People have been kind of talking me off that horse after being second to Justify in the Santa Anita Derby. We're all asking and wondering, who do you like in the 144th Kentucky Derby?
I think Justify. I'm a big Justify and a Magnum Moon man. So I'm going, trying to break the trend of the not having run as a 2-year-old. That dates back to 1882, of course, that everyone's banded about this year. But, as I mentioned on our Derby show on TVG, since 1937, that's 80 years ago, only 60 unraced 2-year-olds have tried to accomplish that feat. So it's not like we've had, 3 or 4 horses do it each and every year. So I think it's there to be broken. And with the point system, the way it was introduced back in 2013, I think it favors these later developing horses. So I'm Justify, Magnum Moon in that order.
Justify and Magnum Moon. I'm on Bolt Doro. Now, I was looking on YouTube the other day, Simon. I know you got to get back on set, but I was watching you, and there's a video of you picking a winner at Del Mar, and then you play All I Do Is Win in the background and start shooting off bullets. Is that going to be like a regular thing now with you picking winners?
The way it's been going the last month and a half, absolutely not, because I've been ice cold. But it's all there to change. That was, I think, a pretty decent price at Del Mar, maybe last year or the year before. Yeah, you saw that clip on YouTube.
Yeah,
we just had some fun with that. Yeah,
that's fun though. You guys have a great time on set. I know I've been over there when you guys are here at Saratoga, and always a good time talking to you, Simon. Appreciate you giving us some time here on the Paddock Pass.
Thanks for having me on, Brian, and hopefully we'll get to see you at Saratoga.